What's going on, everyone? Darkwater here, and welcome to Dystopika. It's been a minute since we played this and had it on the channel. This is a kind of a sandbox diorama builder, but set in kind of a cyberpunk future. So we are going to jump into a new map. I'll do a little show on what we currently can do with it. This is the 1.5 version. I think there's been actually 2 updates since the last time it was on the channel. But yeah, there is no grid, but there is an inherent grid, it looks like, so you can do gridded stuff, or you could do just freelance. You can change the building type, and so that is massive. There's been quite a bit of stuff added since even the last time I've played it. I'm going to start down here. So there's different weather patterns. There's clear, there's rainy. I'm going to pan down a little bit. That is just a mess. There's thunderstorm. You can see there's kind of a mountainous area in the background. There we go. There's low fog. There's pea soup. There's light snow, which I don't recall there being snow the last time I played. There's also a snowstorm and a sandstorm. So you could do a lot of different variations on that. I will probably get sucked into rain because Blade Runner-esque is kind of where my head is. There's air traffic, so that'll be an option. So none, low, high, and default. We'll stick with default. Day of time, you can change that as well. But we'll stick with dynamic and music. There's a couple different ones. Actually, I think Stellar Descent is new with the latest update. Then we've got Meditations from the Future and the Foundations from Azure Studios. You know what? We'll stick with Foundations. Why not? So I don't know about the background terrain, like the mountains and stuff. I think that is randomly generated. I'm not 100% on that. We've got... Oh, there's a mountain actually in the map. Interesting. I don't think I've come across that. Anything inside this box here is the buildable area. Everything out external is not buildable. But yeah, I haven't seen a map where there's actually a hill or mountain on here. But you've got the bulldozer, you've got the light brush that we will get to in a little bit, and you can create props. And so there's a bunch of stuff you could add to the side of the buildings. There's just a whole bunch of different stuff as we zoom in. And then so you can remove or increase the light brush, and then there's different districts, which I don't think the first time we played it on the channel there were districts, but the each district, I believe, has different types of buildings in them. So you've got the Central BD, you've got Lowtown, Seaville, Labbers Row, and New Eden, and then the Omega Alpha and Jade Corp. I think Jade and I want to say Labbers Row are new to the latest update. But building is fairly simple. There's undo, redo, you can save the city, then there's photo and settings. So that basically kind of wraps through everything. I kind of want to start in here because roads are a thing. So there's some smaller roads and then there's larger roads. And see, as you just kind of click and add stuff, what's the advanced? Oh. As you add stuff, buildings and whatnot, the rest of the surrounding area does get affected by it. But you could change the traffic density, you can make it ridiculously dense, you can make it ridiculously light. You can make it looped, or you can flatten or raise it depending on essentially terrain levels. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of poke around a little bit so that you kind of get an idea on what some of the options are. And then I'll probably just go into just a time lapse, and we'll build something interesting. So there's different points, and so you can change the heights on it, and then you could also change where that node ends up being. So you can take this all over the place. That's an ugly curve. We'll do something more like that for now, but sure. Right click will just change the prop within whatever category you're in. There is basically a little metro line, if you will, like a monorail. And then if we're going into buildings, let's just do central BD. So there's several different building options. You can right click and you just click and drop. And as you see, whenever I dropped it in, kind of the rest of the surrounding area got a little bit taller, I guess. And it kind of blends into the ground level. Now, again, with a little hat, little arrow at the top, you can raise this up. As I raise it up, you can see the surrounding area on the bottom is slowly increasing. And you can build a big old tall building here. And then you can either move it around, and I believe you can rotate it as well. There it is. So you could change the direction where it's fitting. And you could change the building, and you could do the same thing. And there's several different building types. And then if you go into some of the different districts, let's check out oh, this is New Eden. So you can check out some of the buildings over in New Eden. And again, you could change the height on them. Oh. The hell did we just unlock? Apparently we unlocked another prop, essentially. So light brushes will add some additional screens and essentially make it a little bit lighter, but as you're adding more buildings, you get more air traffic. And then you can go back into your props, and there's stuff you can put on the sides of the buildings. This is, what did I just take? It's a 1x2. Can I not select a 1x2? Okay. And you can put right there. Now you can change the color of the stuff. You can choose media from your own files if you have. You can change the size. You can enlarge it a little bit. You can show or hide the mask. But the color intensity you can raise or lessen as you choose to. And so you can really do a lot of interesting stuff when it comes to decor in here. I'll be honest, I don't even know what these are. I can't tell what that is. Oh, it's a wall. So if you're doing, you could build yourself kind of a walled off dystopic area. Like you want to, you know, segregate your your different areas. There's a lot of things from since the last time I've played around. There's a few things that are unlocked or still locked. But you can just kind of click through. Nope, not what I wanted. Oh, you can move that a lot higher. Interesting. So yeah, there's several different districts. Let's take a look at one of the corporations. Let's take a look at the Jade Corporation, because I haven't seen the Jade Corporation to this point. What else does the Jade Corporation have building-wise? Oh, you're not going to let me. Oh, does Jade only have that one building? Interesting. So there's not collision, so you can manipulate things a little bit here. That's what I want. And so you can do interesting designs similar to that. Is that a road there? Yeah, it looks like there's kind of a little road around the perimeter there. So that is basically the bulk of the game. You can just build to your heart's content. So I think I'm going to run into a new map. We'll do a little bit of roads and see what kind of interesting stuff we can create here. So we've got our city taken care of here. You can keep playing around with this for quite a while. Don't have a whole lot over here near the Alpha Core, but there's a lot more that you can just spend hours playing with. I really like the visual effect of the cars flying between the two wings of that building there, as well as just the cars rolling around the freeway intersection here. I wish there were more nodes with the freeways, so you could more fine-tune the height of things. We could just do that. That way we don't kind of have a weird interchange right here. But you could just click and drag and move the whole thing. And then you've got the camera controls. Since this is kind of a diorama builder, we've got different photo things that you could do, changing the aperture, the focal distance, the focal length, the intensity, lens dirt if you want. You could change fog intensity, the fog versus sun, the sun intensity. You could even change the color of the sun if you want. Direction of the sun, the time of day. You've got all of the different weather patterns. I think I have heavy rain on right now. Change some of the different lighting effects. And then you could do, you know, just a regular screenshot, as well as there are camera controls in here also. So you can do basically kind of, I don't know, I guess a cinematic shot here. Let's toy around with that for a quick second. So I believe we hit here, and then we move to another waypoint. So maybe here. And then it's going to calculate where the smoothest way to go between the two shots. We'll kind of fly through here. I assume probably want a waypoint there. Hopping out over to the Omega side. Maybe flip around this way. We're probably going to end up clipping through buildings. And then you can play it back. That was a little fast, I think. Can you change? You can. What if we did 45 seconds? That's a lot smoother. But there is an absolute ton that you can do with this game, so I will put a link down in the description to the Steam page. If you enjoyed it and want to see more, definitely give the video a like. But I'm going to go ahead and leave our city here. Oh, it even shows you where the waypoints are. That's interesting. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys for being here, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. And as always, hope you guys have yourselves an amazing day.